In this video, I'm going to share with you the process of designing a logo and a brand identity for a business. We will go over the idea creation process, where I'm going to share with you the strategies I use to come up with unique design ideas. Then how to define a color palette and fonts for the brand. Then we will be designing the logo in Adobe Illustrator, and finally creating a logo presentation for this brand. This video will be very informative and packed with lots of tips, so make sure to watch till the end. If you're new to this channel, my name is Anastasia. In this channel I share a lot of knowledge about brand design, website design, business and more. So make sure to subscribe and turn the notification bell on so you can be the first one to get notified when I release similar videos. Let's get started. Before we get started, I'm going to share with you a brief description about the business, so we know what the business does and what the business is about before we actually start designing. Just to note, the information that I will be sharing with you has been discovered earlier in the process. In the brand strategy, we dive deeper into discovering the business's goals, audience, competition, and so on. If you want to learn more about brand strategy, let me know in the comments below. So let's go over the brief description of the business. The name of the business is Pursuit of Code, which is a YouTube channel with a focus on sharing the process of becoming a full-stack developer. Also teaching people coding by sharing the process and knowledge that has been acquired throughout the process of learning code. The target audience will be people who want to learn code. The design direction is that we want the brand to look modern, high-tech, and also high energy. The tone of voice will be educational, confident, and competent. Now, as we know the overview of the brand, we'll start the process of designing the logo. The first step will be to analyze the competition. We're gonna go over the YouTube channels and websites of our competition. Our main goal here will be review the design style our competitors are using, such as colors, fonts, and any design elements. Competition research will allow us to understand what's out there, therefore design a brand that is going to differentiate from the competition. In the next step, we are going to create a mood board. We are going to go on Pinterest and gather different images, colors, and design elements into one board. Moodboard will give us an idea of what design style we are going to use in this brand before we start designing the logo. After the moodboard is complete, we will show the moodboard to a client to get feedback and see if the client likes the design direction we will use in this brand. Now, as we know the design direction we will use in this brand, we will start sketching the logo and generating different design ideas. The first step I take when coming up with logo design ideas is I analyze the business name and the meaning behind it. The word pursuit means following or pursuing something. So the synonyms to that word are action and movement. Based on the keywords, we want the logo to represent movement. It could be someone running, an arrow representing movement, or something else. After doing some research, I decided to go with the lightning as our main element, as it represents movement and power. The next word and the business name is coding. Coding symbol represents two brackets, so we'll try to incorporate that icon in the logo. Now, as we know the two elements we'll be using in the logo, now let's see how we can combine those elements together and create a beautiful icon. To do that, we're going to sketch the logo. That will help us to come up with different design ideas. The main icon is going to look like a lightning with the combination of the code brackets, as you can see here in this example. Once we have finalized the logo design idea, we are going to move into Adobe Illustrator. Before we actually start designing the logo, we are going to add other assets to the artboard, such as a color palette, fonts, any other design elements that will help us in designing the logo. At first, we'll have to find the color palette that we'll be using. I would want to use a light blue color as our main brand color, preferably gradient. The next step will be to find a font for the logo. My favorite place to find beautiful fonts is in Adobe Elements. We're gonna go with this font, so I'm going to download it and add it to Illustrator artboard. Then I'm going to add the design elements such as lightning and code brackets, so we can reference them when designing the icon. Now, as we have prepared all the design elements, we can start designing the logo. The first thing we're going to do to design this logo is we are going to manipulate letters in this text. At first, we're going to expand the text by going into the Object tab and clicking Expand, which is going to expand the text and allow us to manipulate each letter separately. In the word pursuit, we're going to manipulate the letters S, U, I, and C. At first, we will start with letters U and I, and we're going to move the top of the letters down with the help of Direct Selection tool. Then we're going to draw a rectangle on the top of the letter S. At the end of the rectangle, we are going to create an arrow shape. To do that, I'm going to pull the middle of the rectangle, and then using Anchor Point tool, I'm going to sharpen edges. Next, we're going to create another arrow. We are going to create another arrow with the help of the shape. So we are going to duplicate it and then overlay the same arrow on the top of that arrow, and then using a shape builder tool, we're going to remove extra. And now we have a new shape. We are going to place this arrow on top of an I to represent the dot, and also on both sides of the letter T. Then we are going to remove the unwanted shapes on the letter S using a shape builder tool. Next, we are going to take the gradient that we created previously. We're going to place the gradient on the dot on top of an I and also on the words of code. We have completed the first part of the logo. Next, we'll have to create the icon for this logo. As described earlier, we're going to create the icon for this logo using two elements, the code brackets and also the lightning. At first, we're going to create the code bracket, and then using the scissors tool, we're going to cut the bottom line. And now we have a code bracket. Then we're going to duplicate and flip it to make it look like a lightning. Then I'm going to select those lines and add the stroke effect. We're going to go to the top bar, and in the drop-down menu, we're going to select the width profile number 4, which is going to give us this stroke effect. We are going to increase the stroke, adjust the positioning. Once we're happy with it, we're going to expand the icon by going to Object, Expand Appearance. Then we're going to add the gradient to the icon, and after that we are going to experiment and design some more logo variations. After making some variations, I have decided to go with a cleaner version. And now let's create a secondary logo. We are going to make this logo variation in a circular shape. We have created two different variations of the logo. They both look great, so we are going to use both of them in branding. The logo looks beautiful. It fits with the main goal of making the logo look modern, high-tech, and high-energy. The blue colors stand out from black background and give it very high-energy look, which is going to be appealing to our target customer. After we finalize the logo, we are going to create a brand presentation that is going to contain all the design elements, such as colors we used, fonts, logo application, different logo variations, mockups, and more. Let's see the final logo design presentation. Now, as we finalize the logo, we are going to create a brand style guide that is going to summarize the contents of this brand. Here's the presentation of the brand style guide. If you're interested to learn more about how to create a brand style guide, make sure to check out one of my other videos. I'm going to link it in the description below. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you want to learn more about the logo design process, check out some of my other videos. If you enjoyed watching this video, make sure to give a massive thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video.